Yo guys, welcome back to another video of me building and strategizing in public with my Blender Octane Skool community, where I'm currently making about 488, I think 490, almost $500 a month reoccurring revenue. And I'm going to share and strategize everything here in public. If you're new to these videos, the first thing I do is spend the first 5 to 10 minutes answering YouTube comments from my main channel, One Polygon with me. Then I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing as far as building and strategizing in public with my Skool community here, which is a paid community. And then I'll go through my growth stats of YouTube and community growth. The reason why I do these videos is to help myself build discipline. Being disciplined to report in every day with these videos, because again, it's an exercise to help me build discipline, something that I've always kind of lacked in my life a little bit of discipline. I felt would have taken me to higher things in life if I would have had a little bit more discipline. So I'm here to try to correct that and share my journey with you guys. Imagine if we had Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk sharing daily reports of them building their companies. That would be extremely valuable, right? That would be something extremely valuable. So I'm taking a page from Gary V's advice and Alex Hormozi's, and I'm basically sharing my journey in real time with you guys, fully transparent here, building my community. All right, so let's go into, I'll spend the first 10 minutes here answering some questions. Let me set my timer to keep me on track, because I tend to go a little bit over, and it won't let me go below 10 minutes. Why is that? Okay, anyways, we'll just set that, start that. YouTube comments over on my main channel. First comment we've got here. Hi, I'm considering to try out Octane. Just wanted to know, does the objects from add-ons like the Blender Kit and Quixel Bridge work with it? Great question. Yes and no. Basically, when it comes to Blender Kit, again, don't forget Blender Kit, majority of those materials are either made for cycles or they're made for Eevee, right? But the actual object is still in 3D OBJ, which is okay. It works for us. So you will need to convert those materials. I have Blender Kit right here, as you can see here. And like literally, I use it all the time. It's no big deal, but it's just you got to be able to convert those materials. I have plenty of videos on my channel about how to convert cycles materials to Octane. So for example, here in this setup here, this is actually a very nice proper setup. It's a PBR material setup. PBR materials can work in any render engine. All I need to do is convert these over to Octane. And for me, we do have a built-in plugin or built-in add-on with inside here. If you go to your material, you can scroll down to, I use right here, converters, and this will convert it. It's okay, it's not the best. I actually use different third-party ones like this material converter here. And if I click on that, come over here, actually let me show you first. If we go into the render, it will not show the material, right? Because it's a cycles material. This is Octane. It's the same thing if you're using a RenderMan material, or if you're using any other render engine material, it's not going to work because it's not cycles. Cycles is cycles. Arnold is Arnold, RenderMan is RenderMan, Octane is Octane. You're always going to need to convert it from whatever it is to what you want it to be. So in this case, all I do is press this button here, convert active material to Octane. This is a very simple setup. Beware, this is a very simple setup, and that's why it flips it easily, right? So if I look over here, if I come back, here is my cycle setup. Now here is my Octane setup. And now it did mess up a little bit because nothing is perfect. There is no exact one add-on that's going to be automatic every time. So I know how to do this manually, but I use these add-ons just to help me out to get most of the bulk work done, right? So here it is. So it did miss the displacement. It got the normal. So for the displacement, I would come over here, add a displacement node, texture displacement. And one of the powers of Octane, we don't have to have it subdivided. We can use this texture displacement, which will automatically displace it. If I come over here, flip back in here, and again, like if we look at the mesh level of this here, we'll come here, you see that's it. That's all as far as mesh wise. And then if I go back to my full render view, and here's some black magic widgetry of Octane. If I go to my height, right, we can basically put this to something more reasonable, probably like 0.01. You want to be very nice, very easy with this. So now we've got some subdivision happening, and we're using that. No, that's still probably way too much, right? I'll even probably divide that by half, right? And there it is. And I probably wouldn't even use it for this one. Like, you really don't even kind of need it for that. So there it is. We rebuilt that material easy. It doesn't work. It doesn't recognize all of the nodes. Like, if you got this massive node setup, it's probably not going to work. But what I tend to do, if I got a massive node setup, I break it down to the bare necessities. Like, okay, where are the main image apps? And I'll plug that into the universal. And that's all I would do, right? So yeah, you can use it. Now, as far as with other add-ons, some add-ons don't work. If there's like heavy geometry node stuff going on and you're taking attributes out of geometry node, that probably won't work, right? So be aware of that. So yeah, that should hopefully answer your question. Let's jump back over here. Next one, did you model it or just take someone else's model and render it? First of all, I didn't take anybody's model. It was on Blender or 3D. What is the name of that site? What is the name of that site? Sketchfab. It was on Sketchfab. Is it Sketchfab? Yeah, it was on Sketchfab, and it was a free download from Sketchfab, which I don't even remember. That was years. I literally did that like 2 years ago. So I didn't take it. I used it, right? And did I model it? No, to answer your question, but I did strip off the materials because they were for cycles, and I had to rebuild each material for Octane. Okay, does that answer your question? And another thing, 80-20. If I'm working on a project and I don't have enough time to technically build a car from scratch, or the project doesn't require to build from scratch, why would you spend weeks trying to model a car when you can probably go buy the 3D model version of that car and use that? That's called working smart and efficient, especially on a deadline. I'm not going to spend 2 weeks trying to model a BMW when I know there's hundreds of BMW models that I can pay for, high quality, use those, retexture it, and get the project done. That's called working efficiently and smart. Okay, guys? Next, we already did that one. That was from yesterday. I didn't actually tick it, and that was from yesterday. Next one, no one's judging your process. Absolutely. Let's quickly jump in and see what that was about. 1 second here. No one sees the viewport struggles, only the final frame. Keep going. Nobody's judging your process. That's absolutely fantastic. Yes, take that advice because a lot of people get hung up on that. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm happy that you actually enjoyed that. Next one. I'm currently converting all shaders to cycles. Oh, all Octane shaders to cycles. This video helped a lot. Oh, converting so you're going back the opposite direction. Matter of fact, hang on. I think I remember seeing somewhere with an add-on that actually reversed it too. Let me go here. Let me quickly see if it was this here. Convert to Octane. Convert material to Octane. No, it's not this one. I think it was a different add-on that I had where I saw the option to flip it too. It will convert it back. It's going to be the same thing if you have Octane materials and I want to convert, especially with PBRs. And that's one reason why I like using this add-on that I'm using at the moment. It didn't destroy the cycle setup. It kept the cycle setup. So in reality, since I have both still going on, I can literally copy this thing here, right? I can copy this object, turn off this. This is a Blender startup file that is in my community. So all I have to do is flip the switch, go to cycles, paste that object, boom, fire up the render. Now we're in cycles, boom. This is a full cycles viewport, right? There it is. So, like, if I want to use Octane, I can use Octane. If I want to use cycles, I want to use cycles. There's no big, I don't hate either one of them. I love them both, right? It just depends on the project and the time and what I want to do. And now I'm in Octane. There's Octane. Right? Cool. I love it. I love it. I got both worlds. Somebody says why? That's awesome. Why? I think Octane nodes are great and super useful. Octane nodes are great. Oh, so you're opposite going the opposite. I'm currently converting all Octane shaders to cycles. I think you wanted to say that the other way, right? Because I think Octane nodes are great and super useful. 5 minutes can do so much, man. I've changed entire projects in 5 minutes, and it was always so worth it trying it out. Ever think 5 minutes won't work? What does he mean? Let me go back to the post to see what we were talking about. Ever think 5 minutes won't get you far in Blender? Newsflash, it can turn into 2 hours of creative okay, yeah, I understand. Today, yeah, this project, literally, like, this project here, when I first started, I didn't want to do anything in Blender. Like, that day I was just kind of like bumming. I was kind of burnt. I wasn't motivated, and I was like, I don't want to do anything, right? And then I was like, let me just play around for 5 minutes. That 5 minutes turned into 2 hours, and this fully completed rendered that I modeled for that other guy that I modeled, following a tutorial, and basically did all the shading and stuff. So yeah, like, sometimes if you're not motivated, just play around for 5 minutes, and next thing you know, you might be fully motivated to do something, right? So that's gonna be it for the questions right here, guys. So now what I want to do quickly is just jump over to the business side of me basically building my Blender Skool community. For those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, the Skool platform, I basically was going to do Patreon like everybody else does. I was going to sell a course like everybody else does, and I chose not to, because again, I'm following a lot of business people, business guys who are making millions of dollars a month. And I'm listening to their advice versus some freelancer 3D guy who's making a couple $1,000 a month. I figure, like, hey, this guy is literally bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars a month, and he's giving away a lot of his information for free, and also through books and through his social media platform. And I've been taking his advice, and I'm glad I did. He is actually part owner of this platform, Skool, which I joined last year in January, and we're coming up on basically my first full year of doing this. And right now, if I jump into my settings here and show you right now, I actually have more members in the group, because when I first started this group, I have 120 members total, right? Well, when I first started the group was free. Just join in. It was costing me $100 a month to run this community. And at that time, I really could only afford to do 3 months, and I did 3 months. And I had about almost 190 at that time. And then I was like, you know what, guys, this is a really cool platform, but I can't afford to spend $100 a month on this. So I'm going to close the community. And one member was like, well, why don't you just charge? And I was like, really? Like, they told me, like, why don't you just charge? One guy was like, I will pay. And I'm like, wow, okay. So what I did was, instead of closing, I was like, let me put in one more month. And I did my 4th month. But then I closed the doors to free and started charging just $5, right? And I didn't think anybody was going to pay. Well, as soon as I did that, almost 10 members quit my community and came back and paid the $5 a month. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20. That was already, I had to do math. That was $25. And I'm paying $100 a month, right? So now I'm only paying $75 a month to run this community. And it slowly just kept going and going and going and going. And then now, we're in August, 8 months later, I'm bringing in $512 MRR, monthly reoccurring revenue. Now, the reason I'm doing this is not to flex, like, I guess that's the new word all these young kids say. The reason why I'm sharing this is because I feel like so many 3D artists out there, especially us Blenderers in general, are missing out on a massive opportunity. Because you're so used to following the norm. Just do the Patreon thing, and the Patreon thing is great too, but Patreon's taking a lot of your money also, which on the back end do fees and stuff like that. This platform is taking out the least amount of money, period. Like, I actually have a chart that actually shows me how much they were taking. Hang on. All right, take a look at this here, guys. Now, I didn't just cook this up like out of nowhere. Like, I'm literally building I'm going to start building another community that's teaching people how to do what I'm doing right now. How to basically do something you love and make an income on it. Make a monthly reoccurring MRR, monthly reoccurring revenue on something that you love. Like, I don't have any passion now to do this freelance. Like, I don't want to like make, product renders for people and for this. Like, I have no want to do that. I just want to do what I like doing here. Playing inside of Blender, playing and teaching people how to figure things out in Octane. That's all I really want to do because I like it. It's fun. And now I'm getting paid almost $500 a month to do that, guys. right? So here's the breakdown for anybody who's already have a Patreon or Kajabi or any of these things here. Now, like I said, the reason why I have this chart is because now I'm building systems to teach people how to do this. And one thing that people were coming in like, well, I have a Patreon. Why do I need that? Well, check it out. At the moment, let's go back to my MRR. Where was my MRR here? Let's go back to my Skool. Right now, I'm making $512 a month, right? I'm gonna come back to my sheet here. So $512 a month. So what I need to do is come in here. My membership is $500. I'm just gonna put $500, right? Actually, my membership fee is actually $25. 25, right? That's what it is. But just for the sake, so we can see the numbers, I'm gonna put this to $500, just to say $500. Okay. Now this is also monthly reoccurring revenue, but it's not. I'm just doing the 500 just to show you the value, how much they will be taking. So if I was on Patreon and I was making $500 a month at their annual fees of 0.14, my monthly fee that they're going to be taking out is $70, right? They're going to be taking $70 from my $500. So that leaves me with $430 left. Okay. Now, if we take that over yearly, that's $840 that Patreon is taking from me. So again, a full yearly at $500 a month, that's basically means that I get to keep $5,1600. Okay. Now look at Skool. Skool takes 0.02% from me. So again, I'm making $500 a month. Skool's taking $14 from me, guys. Flat, $14 from me. That means I get $485, right? Now look at the difference, $55 difference. Now, would you want to keep pocket an extra $55? I think so. So yearly, they're only taking $174 from me yearly versus the $840 that Patreon's taking. And you can see the other platforms here. We got Circle, they're going to take $420. Whoop, they're going to take $780. And Kajabi's going to take $300. So that leaves me with the total at the end of the year, $5,826. Just do the math. Like, I was about to hit the Patreon button until I started running the math, and I was like, dude, why would I give them that $70 a month out of my money, right? When I can just get $14. So that's one reason why I chose to use Skool over any other thing. Plus, with Skool, look at my interface. Look at it feels clean. It's simple, right? Here's our feed. I post in here. Here's the feed. There is no algorithm. It's us. We are the algorithm for this feed, right? I come in here. Your post gets seen. I can come in here and say, oh, I want to see what's the newest post today. What's the top post? What's the unread post? I shouldn't have any unread posts. Bing, right? Because I go through every single post. I go through every single post in my community. We can input video natively. We can drop files within 100 megabytes in natively, right in here, right in the chat. Like I click in here, I can click on here, boom, I can drop in a file, right? So we drop our Blender files in all the time. Then I've got tabs. I've got the classroom. You come in here, this is where the courses are. Here's my Blender 101 guide that I'm always constantly giving out for free, right? Here's the full course and all its modules inside here, guys. All of this madness, right? Massive. I've got the calendar for live streaming, which I haven't been doing because my daughter's on vacation, but I was streaming heavily before when she gets back to school, I'll go back to my daily streams. We've got maps. I know exactly where my members are at within a 10-mile radius. There's a buffer so we can look pinned by 10 miles off for privacy. But if I go back to Cali and I'm like, yo, I got 3 members that are in Cali, right? And anybody in my area in the Los Angeles, I got 2. I live right here in this area, so I could possibly do a meetup with these 2 members in my community. That's powerful, right? And then we've got our leaderboard that kind of tells us of everybody's, people's engagement, and I can unlock certain things at certain engagement levels. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because this is extremely powerful if you want to build a community. Because what I think with AI coming in so heavily, community is going to be even more powerful than ever, right? Like community, in this world, we don't have the noise of any AI or anything running our algorithms or any of that, right? It's just us, people, community, right? And sharing the value. So I'm going to be every day in these reviews. You're going to hear me talking about this, not just to hype up my community, but to hype you up into maybe possibly wanting to do something like this. To instead of having to do whatever your side hustle is, this can help your side hustle really make some serious money. Okay, that's the reason why I share this, guys. So what am I doing at the moment here? This is already, I'm already 20 minutes, so I'm gonna probably save some of the stuff for tomorrow to talk about, because I don't want to keep you guys, your time is extremely valuable. So for now, I'm gonna stop there, because I can talk for hours about this, right? This is what I'm so excited about. Like, let me just put this also into perspective. I have another YouTube channel, and on my other YouTube channel, I'm gonna have 140,000 subscribers, and I have AdSense turned on. And it took about a year and a half, almost 2 years, before I started making any type of money. And the only reason why that happened is because I had one video that went viral, and it was literally cranking in hundreds of thousands of views. Like, that video is over a couple million. And I remember when I first got my first AdSense check from them, it was 25 cents. AdSense, 25 cents. And the highest, maybe 7 months later, I think it got to about $200 a month. But it was always up and down, up and down, and up and down. And now that I don't post, it's going down, 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 down. This, I started, and I was making, like, literally the first month, I was making $25, which was more than 25 cents. So, right? It's powerful. So we're gonna do some stat checking right now. If you guys are interested in this, hit me up, DM me on Instagram, send me a message, anything, and I can help you. I can help you start. I'm now. They have a new program where you can run the Skool community for $10 a month. Now the $10 a month plan, the number of what they take is a little bit different, but your ultimate goal is to get to that $100 level, so you can make the $100 a month and you can be on this plan, right? But I'm helping people set up communities to do this now. Like, that's my goal, is to help people do what I'm doing right now. So hit me up, DM me anywhere, drop a comment, and I'll get with you. So let's check our stats for today. Again, why do I check the stats? Because anything you track is measurable, right? If you're not tracking it, how do you know if it's working, right? So I know if I do a set of videos and they go viral, I know how that's affecting my channel and how it's affecting my ecosystem, right? So that might be something I want to double down on. Ooh, the dates got all jacked up here. Actually, I didn't even know I can just click on there and hit the date there. How did I do that? It was showing the dates. Anyways, I'm new to Google Sheets, so again, learning another skill, Google Sheets. All right, so this is the Skool tracker. We are holding steady at 33 members. All right, 33 members, and that hasn't changed. 512 monthly reoccurring. That hasn't changed. About page views. Come on, come on. 91. Yes, I've been trying to get this number up to get more traffic into my community, or into my about page where I talk about the community, right? And my churn rate, for those of you who do not know what that means, churn rates means the percentage of people who are signing up and or people who are counseling. Anything under 10 is absolutely fantastic. I'm crushing it, but also my click-through rate is very low, so it's kind of a little bit offset. But 5.41, which is good. So we're just going to say that's still the same. All right, that's it for that. And then I'm going to check my advanced tab forms. Interesting. Checking my YouTube stats. YouTube channel, main channel here. Let's go to analytics. See where we're at today. We were at 422 subscribers. 422 subscribers. Today is 8/16. 422. 8,422. Really? 22? That's plus 8, really? Did I write that wrong? 422, nice. And that's because I've been putting out videos. Literally, putting out videos. Just, again, how do I know this? Because I decided to start posting daily, and I decided to start posting one deep dive video a week, right? And I started that right about here. And now look how long it's taken. And now I'm starting to see the difference. Things you track, you can see them working in real time. Now I've noticed an uptick in subscribers, right? Now what I need to worry about is getting this right here, this average view duration up. I want them to watch longer. And these stats here, Why do I track these? Because that's what Mr. Beast says to track. And I listen to anything he says because he's Mr. Beast. He's the best YouTuber online. Even though he's education space, but still. 154. 154. YouTube 154. 1.4. That still hasn't changed. This takes a little bit of time before this really starts to, these numbers start to move. No change. And then click-through rate. If they don't click, they don't watch. Quoted by the great Mr. Beast. 3.4. 3.4. Right, I need to get that up. And that's thumbnails and titles. I need to constantly be working on thumbnails and titles. 3.4. Yep, 3.4. Boom. So that's it for those stats there. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow. Again, hit me up if you got any question. Drop any question here on this channel or my second channel, which is also actually I need to add the second channel on here, which is just basically the daily reports channel. On my one on my one Polygon with them, the daily reports are offset about a day. On my second channel, they're more up to date. So if you're watching this on my one Polygon channel, that means there's already a day. You're 1 day behind. Other than that, oh, that's time to go. Bye.